10 Minutes to Joy is your weekly invitation to reset, recharge, and rediscover your most joyful self through aha moments and simple energy techniques. You're listening to holistic psychotherapist Sylvia Plester-Silk. I've worked with individuals, couples, and groups. From parole officer to private practice, I've learned many lessons, and I'm ready to share. If you like what you hear today, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Today, I want to talk to you about transactional self-esteem. No, this isn't related to your bank account, although that could be part of it. What I'm talking here is that false belief that you're not worthy unless I'm good if, fill in the blank. I'm only good when I, fill in the blank. And it's when we have been brought up in a chaotic system or family system, where there's a lot of expectation placed on us. There's a lot of how you have to behave, and this is prim and proper, and that's not okay behavior. There's just a lot of conditions, a lot of expectations, and there's not space for you as you are. However it is that you're showing up as a human being, there's some judgment that's perpetually put on that. Okay, so let's talk about this from an example. So in a session with a client this week, and she does know that I'm using the topic, we were talking about, I feel guilty. She felt guilty because she wasn't buying into some of the manipulative dynamics in the family system. She was saying no. She wasn't trying to placate a member in the family that tends to be explosive when they don't get what they want. And we talked about the guilt she had. And we did a bunch of work around that guilt to help release it. But that's how she's lived her life from the moment that she is born until her current age. She has thought that the only way for her to be okay is if she pleases other people, does nice things, and when she doesn't do those, then she's not okay. And that's what I mean by transactional. We have to do something to feel the earning or validation that we have self-esteem or that we are worthy as a human being. So let's just talk about creation. I've been taking an amazing course out of the UK on birth essence, and I discovered recently that, and I discovered this by like at a soul level, we're all born out of divine love. We all come in as a soul, and then we make an agreement with the sperm and the egg, in essence, this is my wording now, that creates us. So the sperm and egg takes the cell, or the soul, I mean to say, and puts it into a cell where it is then brings forth a human. The challenge for me and many, many others is that as we came through life and we got messages about be a nice girl, don't do that, oh, that's mean, that's nasty. If you haven't got anything good to say, don't say anything at all. And I can go on and on and on. You get the idea, though. So when we get these messages all of the time, it chips away at our human self's ability to experience our soul self. But if we are created in divine love, from divine essence and divine energy, how can we possibly not be okay? Christianity has that many, many sayings and many areas where they talk about do unto others as you would have to do unto you, and so on. And I'm probably saying that wrong, pardon me, but I'm not Um, I've never studied a Bible. So there's a whole lot of family conditioning, cultural conditioning. In a Facebook group I'm part of around doing energy work, there was a situation where somebody couldn't get somebody to shift out of anger, and my response was, well, has that woman ever been allowed? Has she ever been given her permission by herself or someone else to just sit in the anger and be bloody angry? Because she probably had a crap bunch of stuff happen to cause that level of anger. So that's individual. Then we get into the familial and the messages from the family. We get into sexist stuff like females should be, males should be, that kinds of stuff. So, and then community. So, like there's just multi layers. And of course, there's always the intergenerational layer where, we're carrying five generations back, something they broke the law or something, and we're still carrying the guilt for it in our lineage. So again, that is just energy. How do we break this pattern? It can be really tough to do it on your own because the change back messages that saying no isn't okay, that you should do this and you should do that. It can be really, really tough. So being a part of a group or working with a therapist who really gets that transactional self-esteem and how to shift it, because you are made from soul essence, which is divine love. You are, and by that definition, you're not imperfect. And yes, in the human experience, we absolutely 100% mess up. Hey, I bought an empty box from Staples yesterday for $150. Fortunately, when I took it back, they realized that I had taken the store copy and gave me the actual product that was worth $150. We mess up. Things happen. And I hope you get a laugh out of it because I didn't particularly. I was a bit irritated with myself and with the store. So transactional self-esteem says I must do A in order to have B, healthy self-esteem. What if you just need to be, period? Not be something, not do something. What if you spent the time recognizing and reflecting on the value you have as a human being? Are you able to love? Are you able to hold space for other people? You don't have to do great waves. You see, this transactional stuff, self-esteem, causes a lot of people to go into perfectionism so that they can feel okay and have that false sense of self-esteem. And it causes a lot of other people to go into codependency and trying to care for everybody else so that they can feel okay inside. Some of it is just taking a breath and going, I am worthy. And holding that space of that pure energy that we came from. Getting in touch with your higher self, your soul self. And what does it say? What would your angels or your guides say about this? They wouldn't say you have to do something. They would say simply being you is enough. You don't earn self-esteem. You are beautiful. Yes, you're capable. And yes, you've got skills and so on. And another thing we do to ourselves is when we're super skilled in an area and it comes easily, well, we say everybody can do it and we dish it. What if instead we just honored ourselves? If we're struggling and we want to say no, there's probably a really good reason we want to say no. And today, could you give yourself permission to say no? I'm seeing all sorts of posts about November, and this will be posted in November. So think about that. Can you say no to those outside pressures and yes to you? Because that's where true change can happen. That's all for today. Remember, beneath the noise of overthinking, your body wisdom knows exactly what you need to heal and thrive. Listen deeply to those angels and guides in your highest self. Breathe softly and let your innate intelligence lead the way. Until next Friday.